Good evening, or afternoon, or wherever you are watching this video. Of course, it's Josh again, doing all the fitness motivation videos. And topic I want to talk about today is being grateful. Because where can you get in life without being grateful? You have to be thankful for the things you have, or the things you can change. And if you're not, and you always focus on the negative stuff, then where are you really going to get in life? Probably nowhere. And everybody uses it as a life lesson to say, hey, be grateful because, there's a kid over in this country starving, there's a kid over in here starving, this person's poor, and you have some money, and it is one of the best lessons in life, be grateful for what you have, be grateful that you're breathing the next day. But the question is, how can that translate into fitness? How can you use being grateful for fitness motivation to get up in the morning and say, hey, I want to get up and go run 2 miles, even though it's 6 o'clock in the morning and I really don't feel like it. But because I can, and because I actually have legs I can use, my body, my cardiovascular is actually really decent, and I can run that. This is part of the mindset you have to get in, one of the many assets of the mindset, rather. And, for example, say I am some guy named Mark or some guy named Steve or whatever, and I get up in the morning and I look in the mirror and I'm really obese. And anybody who's been obese or is obese knows where I'm coming from. You get up in the morning and you look in the mirror and you try to be positive. You try to look in the mirror and try to find things to be grateful for. But sometimes it's hard. You look in the mirror, you're like, oh, I'm big, oh, I'm fat, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that. Or say you want to go to a gym and you don't have any money and you see that guy going to the gym and just wasting it and you get mad and you're like, why don't I have that? And you're ungrateful because you don't. But you have to get up in the morning, and I'm not saying ignore all the bad circumstances, deal with reality, but try to always think of the good things you have in life. Get up in the morning and look in the mirror and say you're that guy again. But look in the mirror and be like, hey, yes, I'm obese. Yes, I got weight problems. Or say a couple weeks ago, like me, hey, look, I ate bad. Yeah, I ate bad. Got it. But you look in the mirror and focus. Like I look in the mirror and say, hey, I'm grateful for another day to get back on the nutritional path, to get back on the right foods, which this happens to me a lot. I'm trying to slow it down. It'll be brought up in another topic of nutrition. But, it's a day-to-day process and all the shit I've said before. So, but I'm grateful that every day I have a life that I have to work on it. So, no matter what circumstances you're in, there's probably always something you can look at and be like, hey, I'm grateful because. And if at the most basic level you can be grateful and say, thank you for breathing again. Thank you for my legs working. Thank you for my muscles working. It sounds really weird saying all that, but it really is, because there's some people that wake up in the morning and don't have legs, don't have arms, or have some really bad diseases or something, and can't probably do the physical fitness that you can. But then again, you see some of these success stories where these guys are successful without an arm, without a leg, and these guys were grateful no matter what happened. Like, hey, I only have one arm, but I'm going to push it every day and be grateful that I can. That should tell you that there's no excuse that a person who is full-bodied, fully capable of it, shouldn't get up and can't get up and do it. That's just honestly pure laziness. And if you're not grateful for the things you have, if you take for granted what you don't have, the day you don't have it, you'll realize that honestly you were probably a fucking idiot. as harsh as that sounds. You know, it's little things you have to take for granted, and fitness, it really is. Because so many times we get up and look in the morning, oh, because of this, oh, because of that, you know, I don't want to do it anymore. Oh, I ran slow last week, I don't want to run today. I mean, be grateful you can run. Be grateful you don't have a heart disease or something where you can only do so much. You know, I see people all the time in the gym who are on like permanent profiles and stuff like that, and the ones that are legit like can't actually do this stuff and want to do it, but they can't because they're gonna screw their backs up more, they're gonna hurt their legs more. And then you see the guys who are just lazy and be like, oh, I'm fat, I don't want to do it. And they're just being ungrateful, really. And so you have to be grateful of what you do have. No matter if you're the skinny guy with 110 pounds, I mean, but you're fully capable of something, then you can work towards your goals. There's no excuse that can make up for that. Another thing that I want to talk about being grateful for is the reason I make these blogs, the reason I maybe try to help somebody is oftentimes we'll get help in our own journeys, but we never give back. And we had our inspirations, we had our, you know, people in our lives that changed it. And I had someone in my life that changed it and said, you know what, give back. You know, start doing something else to help other people. And I took those words seriously to the point where I can do it now. I can, you know, maybe motivate somebody. And I have, you know, personal friends who like emailed me and messaged me saying, hey, you know, you made me make a change in my life, or even a small part of saying eat differently. You know, be grateful for the inspiration that you have in your life, for that maybe one person that changed it, for the people that helped you, for the people that, you know, gave you the right meal tips, the right plans, the right everything like that. And give back. You know, everybody goes around being ungrateful about things, but if we started being more grateful about stuff and, you know, saying, oh, thank whoever, God, Allah, or thank the earth, whoever you worship or whatever. I'm not really that spiritual. You know, probably be a better place. So, that being said, I know it was kind of a normal message, but, you know, bottom line, be grateful for what you have in life, period. Because it can be taken away in an instant, it can be taken away in a second, and you could either lose your life, a limb, or whatever, and live every day to the fullest, and take advantage of your goals, your dreams, because you can. Because you're fully capable of them at that point. So be grateful for that. And always be willing to help somebody else. If you've conquered something in fitness, you know, somebody needs that same help, help them out. You know, be grateful you had that help. So, you know, keep giving that gift. So, point of the line, or point of the story, point of this whole message is, yeah, be grateful. Don't wake up every morning being negative. If you're in a bad position, you know, look on the bright side of things. And it's hard, you know, easier said than done. I got it, been there. But believe me, it gets easier, and the more you focus on the things, the positive things, and maybe the things you can change, and be grateful for the things you can change. And once you do that, then, you know, you'll start to see changes in your habits, your life, and, you know, you'll wake up every morning, say, being thankful, be like, hey, I can work out, hey, I can lift, or hey, I can go run, you know. Think about it, you know, that if you wake up every day grateful, you wake up every day happy that, you know, I can do this. I can be happy, you know, I can change this. I'm overweight. I can, you know, run. I can eat healthier. I can drink more water. I can do the smallest steps. Because you're physically able to do it where somebody else can't. Be grateful for that. And it'll put you in a different mindset where you wake up happy. You wake up joyous to go work out. You wake up joyous to eat healthy. You get motivated. You wake up, joyous to go work out for an hour or so, Many things people dread, and they're like, oh my god, I don't want to go work out for an hour. Be grateful that you can. Be grateful that you're not wheelchair bound or something like that. It's the end of my message, and you know what? I hope this message helps somebody. Thank you for listening, and I'm going on leave. I'll still be posting some videos, but might not be as frequent, but have a wonderful day. Thank you.